You are listening to the Bridging Impact Podcast, transforming leaders on and off the court with host Coach Furtado. Without further ado, let's dive in. Hello everyone, and welcome to this first ever live edition of Coach's Corner on the Bridging Impact Podcast Network. I am Coach Furtado, and every Friday I share what I'm learning as a coach, dropping some wisdom and just wanting to provide as much value as I can. And today's episode, it takes a village for anyone to be successful in whatever path they want to pursue. So I want to dive into this because I was kind of sparked by yesterday was the biggest session that we had with BTG basketball, which was really exciting. We had 13 athletes, and we have even more athletes who want to grow and work with us. And this is something that I've been working on consistently for quite some time. And I want to share a story about how I just got into coaching in the first place. So it took place. I went to, and good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in on the live here on Instagram. Diving into that, the first ever time I got the opportunity to coach was I was an employee at Boys and Girls Club. So I wanted to, my reason for wanting to be at the Boys and Girls Club was I just wanted to be a positive role model for kids while I was at University of Oregon while I was studying. So I took a coaching 101 class, and I remember it was my sophomore year of college. I was sitting in the back, surrounded by a bunch of athletes. A lot of track athletes were a part of the class, and so I just remember kind of being a shy kid. And so I haven't always been this kind of, I guess, extroverted. Like I always loved working with people, but I just kind of, had my own certain confidence issues. So with that, I remember staying after class a couple of times, recognizing that I have an opportunity to speak with my coaching instructor Dave Rubino, who's been on the podcast before. If y'all want to go listen to that episode, it's a great episode about probably February of this year, and he just had him help me basically design programming for the Boys and Girls Club, like super simple. Like, of course, I knew how to teach layups and stuff. I had played varsity basketball, but the more so the coaching side of things, the teaching side of things, how to organize a class, how to make sure how to keep their attention, how to have them, kind of be disciplined, right? Because I think one of the things that I had challenges with is obviously not necessarily them keeping their hands to themselves, but in general, just, kind of making sure that they follow directions. And so with that, my supervisor at the time had walked in, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase or quote what she had said. And she kind of talked about, she walked in, she's like, wow, I've never seen them play this well. And I, one of the things I just emphasize, and when you play for me, right, is ball movement. And so it's easy to want to, kind of dribble up. And so I just recognized that I had, obviously I love working with youth and being a role model, but what was more important, or what I realized in that moment is that coaching, was an opportunity for me to continue to grow. And I got the opportunity to coach a 7th grade basketball team the following year because there was a guest speaker by the name of Bev Smith, who is executive director at Kids Sports. She also coached at University of Oregon and also the Canadian Women's National Team. And I remember talking to her a little bit. I was like, hey, I'm interested in continuing my coaching journey. I've got this little program that I did here at Boys and Girls Club, and kind of it continued to expand. So when it continued to expand, what happened was I had the opportunity to coach a 7th grade C team. It's called the C team. And to be honest, right, it was not the most fundamental team. And it was my first year of coaching an entire team. I had 2 of my buddies as my assistant coaches, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And so with that, I really learned how to teach the game, instead of, sharing. A lot of times I would say something that I have no idea what I was talking about. And I recognized that was an opportunity to share my gift and knowledge of basketball. And honestly, we improved a lot that year, but that year of coaching, we lost most of our games. Just to be honest and to be real, we lost most of our games. So the point is, that was just what really sparked my love and joy for coaching. And I recognized that it wasn't just about, kind of wins and losses, of course, right? I'm a very, very competitive person, but it's about the teaching and the art. And so many people have invested into me to get to the point where I was yesterday and having the biggest session that I've had at BTG basketball. And this is only the beginning for us because we're so focused on development, because I've had so many other people focus on me in development. And the purpose of this episode isn't to share really just about my life and my life story, but the importance of what you can be for someone, right? You can be that influence, be that person that really is a part of the puzzle, right? And you're never going to be the entire puzzle, right? I always want to thank my parents and appreciate them for what they have given me in terms of just their love and support, and their kind of hands-off approach in terms of like, we're going to support you no matter what. That's really helped me kind of have that self-initiation, right? I've had, my girlfriend Addie has really helped me with my confidence and just who I am, and caring less about what people think, because I'm a people pleaser, and I still recognize that in certain areas of my life. And as you kind of approach leadership in terms of coaching especially, you can't make every athlete happy. Not everyone's going to get the playtime they want. So just having people like that, having people like Dave Rubino invest in me. I've had so many supervisors invest into my, growth. I have right now a coach who is working with me in terms of just giving so much of her time to my development. And she has, high fees that I may not be able to pay and afford where I'm at right now. But just the amount of people that have invested into me, I really feel like a great appreciation and want to share my gratitude for that. And so with gratitude, I want to continue to, spread that and use that as an opportunity to say it takes a village, right, to grow and develop people. Whether you're a coach, whether you're a mentor, whatever you do, right, it really doesn't matter. It matters that you play a piece, a role, a puzzle piece, right? You're never going to be the entire puzzle for someone, but it really takes an entire village for someone to be successful, right? You hear a lot of these athlete stories, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Curry, about people in their camp, right, who were there for them and worked with them before they obviously blew up and became incredibly successful. No one becomes successful on their own. You need a team of people, right? And if you can be that person that is, a team and giving your teammates assists and hooking it up, right, it ends up coming back around. And that's what I love so much about sports is, right, it becomes a team helping one another reach their success goals. So I really want to encourage you all to just think about the people that you can maybe reach out to and let them know that you are grateful for them and their support and how they've helped you develop into where you want to go. Because it really does, it takes a group of people, right, to win an organization. And I think a lot of times one of the things that I maybe have an issue with, especially here in America, we always glamorize, the entrepreneurs who, kind of went on their own way. They did things their own way, but there's always someone behind the scenes that is supporting them, right, and supporting them to become a better person, right, to reach their goals. You can't reach anywhere without a team of people. And so I just want to encourage you to reach out to others and continue to pour and be a team member for others and be grateful for the other people that are in your life. So I appreciate everyone for listening to this first ever live edition. Not going to lie, I was a little bit more nervous than I normally am when I just hit record. So I'm hoping to get some sort of cadence and do these on Fridays. Coach is hoping to go live a little bit more. So without further ado, you can go listen to this. It's going to be on iTunes. We also get people that are way smarter than me. Every single Wednesday I drop episodes with great coaches and leaders. So if you are a parent, coach, and even an athlete, you want to go listen to those. There's so much good wisdom on how you can be a better leader, mental game, performance, and much more. So without further ado, if you want to go leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, that'd be wonderful. So Coach Furtado out. Have a wonderful weekend. Peace.